She's muted, but I don't think she's back anyways.
Okay. Give it a second. So I think I'm going to be exceedingly nice to you guys and be a benevolent GM, uh, and say that we can probably make it, unless you guys really don't want to. I would let you make another engagement roll because the mission has changed pretty fundamentally.
All right, I'm back.
Okay.
Definitely changed.
Um, so, yeah, we will need to make an engagement roll, and then you guys, you can do this now. Before the mission starts, you will choose your load. So on your character sheet, underneath where it says your playbook, there is a thing that says load 3, 5, or 6. What this means, that what this is meant to reflect, is rather than having inventory like you do in D&D or weight or anything like that, what you choose here is you choose a load. So if you choose a 5 from now on, like if you choose a 5 during the mission, you can click 5. Like if you choose 5, at any point you can say, "Oh, I brought this thing with me," because that constitutes one of those boxes. So, for example, looking at Monica's sheet, if you choose 5 for normal, at any point you can say, "Oh, I have a fine heavy weapon with me." And you just click one of those boxes, and that will be one of them. So you get up to 5. So at any point in the mission, if you say like, "Oh, you know what would be really useful? Some climbing gear. I'm going to spend one of my load, click climbing gear, and you have climbing gear." Okay? That way we're not sitting here saying like, "Oh, well, I have to buy it, and it costs this many coin, and you have to find blah, blah, blah." We just allied all of that crap. And so at this point, everyone needs to pick what your load will be.
Is there a disadvantage for the heavy?
Yes.
Yeah, the thing is, like, if it's heavy, pretty much you look like you're coming in full armor. Like, people can see that, like, "Oh, hey, this person is coming in wielding like 6 great swords." So 1 to 3 load. You're faster, less conspicuous. You blend in with citizens. On a 4 to 5, it's normal. You look like a scoundrel, like you look like a criminal, like you're ready for trouble. On 6, you're slower. You look like an operative on a mission. And then 7 to 9, which you can't really even take, you're overburdened and can't do anything except move very slowly.
I really want a heavy load, but
And you can't go too above what your max heavy is either. Like, you just can't go out anymore. Which
the
is why
pervert in
muted.
me wants a heavy load. The realist in me.
Pretty sure we're sending you in with as little on you as possible.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Don't
I'm
worry.
rocking normal.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you're not sure what to do, you can just default to normal. Is probably the way to go.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
So, as a slide, I have some charm.
So trans powder actually is what the girls are getting high on.
Okay.
Trans powder is literally a drug. It basically it knocks them out effectively. Like trance powder is a glittering blue powder. It induces a pleasant hypnotic trance. So they're basically out. And then a spirit bane charm. Let me find it.
Great if you're killing people.
Where do we go to look these up to save you some time?
In the actual book.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't think that's any of the downloads have that.
No, it's not.
I don't know, if someone just accidentally dropped this into Discord real fast, that'd be interesting. Let me see if I can clip that part out.
Okay, let's see. So what is it? Oh, a spirit bane charm.
A spirit bane charm.
I have something similar, but it's Demon's Bane.
It's like a cross that goes, like vampires avoid crosses, ghosts avoid spirit bane charms. That's literally all it says.
That
That's what it
seems like
does.
something I should have, considering I'm a whisperer.
You want them near you, though, remember?
Yeah, you probably don't want to repel ghosts as a whisper. You want to abuse them.
It's just like a little
True.
Protection
there it
from
is. Okay,
ghosts.
standard items. Spirit Bane Charm, a small arcane trinket that ghosts prefer to avoid. Yeah, and it has 0 load, so it doesn't cost you anything at
Yeah.
all. Okay, so yeah, because Whisper
Normal.
items, you get different items you can take. A Demon Bane Charm is arcane trinket that demons prefer to avoid.
What about
Okay,
the ghost key?
so
And there's items you can get that aren't even up.
right, so yeah, I think we're gonna make an engagement roll. So you guys, the plan here is it still stealth or has the plan changed?
We're ambushing, so it's either stealth or maybe deception or transport. Like, I don't know. Transport sounds weird, but we are getting him in transport to where he's going to get banged. What do you guys think?
I'd say this either goes under transport for the route or assault because we're functionally doing that while he's en route.
We are lying to get him out there, though. That's what I'm thinking. Deception too, maybe. So yeah, it's hard to say.
Fair.
We're having
Is
a
Cassandra
horde lure
lying to get him out there?
I mean,
Wait,
she
you're
probably
having me
fuck
lure
him.
him out? What?
I'm pretty sure that was kind of the plan.
And I don't know, maybe like, because if he is going to show up there tomorrow,
Yeah,
And-
Edlin's information pretty much says that he likes his girls
Yeah.
as well
I
as
mean,
his
I got
drugs.
that.
So we could use you as a lure to get him into
Yeah.
an alley where we can jump him kind of situation.
I mean,
Wouldn't that be
even-
point of attack?
Just like a room?
Let's just vote. Like, it sounds like there's a lot of. That sounds like point of attack to me to everybody. So that
I
sounds
just want
good
to
to
know
me.
what we're doing.
I thought the plan was to get you
I think-
in there and lure
yeah, I
him
think
out
point
a
of
little
attack,
bit.
you lure him out of the place after,
Mm,
a little flirting or whatever.
Right.
Does that sound appropriate, Sean?
And then-
Point of attack? Is that how are we interpreting that correctly?
In the route between the two of them,
Well, you're saying a lot of things here. Let's see. Hang on.
think point of yeah.
Yeah, like I said, this. I don't love the way this book is laid out.
Wish the index in the front was better, don't you? I did.
I would think it would be right here, but it's just not, which is so weird. Because I think you pick one of those things, right? So are you trying to assault? Because if you're so what it is you choose one of those methods. So if your method is assault, you tell me where the point of attack is. If it's deception, you tell me the method. If it's stealth, you tell me what your entry point is. If it's transport, you tell me the route. But it's not like all of those things.
I think point of attack makes the most sense because
Yeah,
Cassandra
we're gonna
will
hurt
lure
someone.
him out. And that's not really deception
To a
because she is a
specific
prostitute, so it's not like
It's
and
true.
then
She will
we
bang
will
him.
attack at that point. Yeah,
She just might bang him after he's dead now.
Ew, no. I mean,
He'll be
maybe
a
it's
ghost. You love ghosts.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
He'd
So
make a fine dildo.
So the plan is for Cassandra to convince this guy to go
Seduce.
outside where you will ambush him.
I'm gonna try and talk him to go home with me.
Yeah, and we get him on the way. Yeah,
Okay.
because we have somebody who scoped out good points to attack earlier, right?
So now it sounds like you're doing transport, so route. So the route is she's gonna try to bring him home, and you will hit him on the way.
That
Okay.
sounds good.
That's what it sounds like to me.
Yep,
Tell me if
That's
That
what we were
works.
questioning. We weren't quite
Yeah.
sure what it was considered.
Yeah, we knew it was either gonna be point of attack or route. We needed your
well, like
call
point of
on.
attack is if you guys are all going to rush into the den, and like the point of attack is the den, and you're just
Okay.
going to violence the place.
Oh, okay.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
so route.
No.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Like I said, we got a gunny that knows some good spots.
Okay, so at the start of the mission, you guys are gonna. This is the engagement roll. So he will be at the den. This is the next day. The engagement roll will be like what position you're in when you start. So is the plan? So the plan is Cassandra will seduce him, head him out, and then you guys will ambush him on the way. So when the engagement roll is how the scene will be set when you basically like how he is when you walk into the den, what kind of like security he has, et cetera, et cetera. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Absolutely.
Okay. So one of you needs to make the engagement roll. Who wants to volunteer as tribute?
Tribute. Sure.
Okay. So if we go through that list again, which we probably should.
Yeah.
And I
Daring? I mean, we don't care if he has bodyguards. We're just going in and killing someone, right?
What?
What?
No, I'm looking at the major advantage, disadvantage, talking to them, not don't worry.
Oh.
Asking if they think it's bold or daring.
I'm considering a daylight assassination to be kind of bold.
Well, it's not daylight, remember. Duskvol
Oh,
is
yeah.
not-
There is
Well,
no daylight.
Yeah.
Equivalent thereof.
Yeah, there is no equivalent. Duskvol is dark all of the time.
Even
my
daytime, not daylight, daytime. There we go. I'm with you.
Well, it's probably actually nighttime because he'd be working.
Yeah,
He
it
comes
would
here
be.
after
It
work.
definitely wouldn't be daylight or daytime.
But we're killing. Yeah, well, probably not then. We're doing this covertly. We're
Yeah, I mean, this
sneaky
sounds
bitches.
like a covert plan. This doesn't sound necessarily like overly bold or
Yeah,
daring. This is
I
well
like it.
considered. Does the plan's detail expose the vulnerability of the target or hit them where they're weakest?
Oh yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
if he's gonna be high as shit
he's
and
got
going
he's-
after advice.
he's got a drug problem. Yeah. Is
We
the,
got
And
drug
he's-
and women problem.
is the target's strongest approach or strongest action this approach, or do they have particular defenses or special prep? I don't think so. I don't think he has particular defenses to this. Can any of your friends or contact provide aid or insight?
Yes, Cassandra's gonna be the lure. Right?
Well, you gathered information, so yes, like that's how I'm gonna. It's probably not how that's supposed to work, but
Yeah,
your friends did offer you aid or insight, so take one.
that
down.
works. Yeah.
Are enemies or rivals interfering in this operation? I don't think so. That would be up to me, but I don't think you've pissed any of them off enough yet. Other elements, no. So you get actually 2 dice here. You get your sheer luck
Nice.
plus your friends or contacts. So whoever's rolling, you roll your fortune roll.
Yeah. Doing it already.
Good luck.
6.
Nice.
6.
Okay. So, Cassandra, I assume you're going in alone.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So as you go in, the place is already busy. It's people are already like zoning out. You can see a couple of people are kind of doing that zombie thing where they've been abusing for maybe like a little too long tonight.
hmm
The servants look like they're busy running all around. The music is playing. Yeah, you can find Brannon relatively easily. He's in one of those private rooms. I think because you rolled a 6. I think how this starts is as you're walking in. Would that be a complication? No, because you guys didn't set up for that. So yeah, I think like because you didn't come in here before, Cassandra. So as you're coming in, you're walking past these private rooms, and you know your allies would have told you about the layout of this place. You see a little nook with a bunch of nobles in it, like young looking, and then down the hall a little bit. I think you can hear the sound of a young female voice saying like, oh, "Stop! Come on, let's just have fun." And you hear a man's voice just say like, "You will be my fun tonight." Yes. And like you hear like some like sparking sounds, and you hear laughter, and like you hear her like, "Oh, come on, please." And you do see that there appears to be like one Ruvian bodyguard, wearing a sword, kind of outside of the booth. He doesn't seem to really be paying that much attention, though.
All right.
And you
I
make
guess
your
she
approach.
winks. She just winks at the bodyguard and tries to walk right in.
Yeah. Honestly, I think the fortune roll will carry you through there. So I don't think that the bodyguard will stop you. Like he sees you as another prostitute. Like this is not shocking to him.
I mean, I kind of am another prostitute.
Yeah. So you just walk in, and you see this kind of middle-aged looking, a little chubby around the middle, balding on top Peruvian man, with a young girl, and she looks kind of too young, like maybe mid to late teens, and she looks rather waifish, and she kind of looks up at you, and you recognize immediately, because you've been in the life long enough, you recognize immediately the face she's wearing, which is, I'm fucking terrified, but he's a client and I have to play nice. And he's got a pipe lit, and he's got this it's like, it almost looks like a flower vase with a top on it, and it's got this swirling, like, weird golden kind of like smoke, and there seems to be something it's not a bong. It's creating some kind of like, there's some sort of light being emitted from the bottom of it, and he kind of like he's like raising it up to do something with it as you walk in, and the girl's just staring at you, and he kind of looks over. He's like, "Come on, we're having a good time," and like he turns and looks at you. He's like, "Yes, we are definitely having a good time. Yes," and he's like extremely excited. What do you want to do?
She's gonna slide on over to him and kind of like extract the girl from him and put herself in her place. It's like, come on.
Yeah, I think you're gonna need to, I think there's gonna be a role involved there, because he's not gonna just let you pull her away.
She can get in his lap instead. It's not so much trying to get her out of him, away from him, as much as interpose herself.
Trying to convince him he'll have more fun with someone with more experience.
Yeah, someone with more experience.
Yeah, are you saying anything though? Like, I feel like
Yeah, she's like, come on, darling. Don't you want a woman that has some experience, knows how to please a man?
I mean, this
You don't
sounds
need a
like you're
little
trying
girl.
to consort with him.
I guess, yeah.
So why don't you roll consort? None of your friends can help you. And now here's the thing, and we didn't talk a lot about this, but like I said, there is the use of flashbacks here, because we're on the job now. So if you can think of a way that a flashback would be helpful to you, or if you think there's a piece of gear that you would take that might be useful to you, you can just tell me you're doing that.
I have no idea what any of my gear does. So.
Okay. I mean, a lightning hook, I'll just let you know, a lightning hook catches ghosts.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like it'd be useful in a seductive
yeah, like
situation.
most of your shit has to do with ghosts.
Yeah, that's what I figured. And this guy isn't a ghost. I mean, I can make him a ghost, but
You can get normal stuff too. It's not just
yeah,
that
you
stuff.
also have your regular list. Like, you should be able to see down below it, there's a blade or two, throwing knives, all that stuff's on there.
Could I have given
you
her
can
my
add
trance
more.
powder?
have what powder?
Could I have
It's
given her my
drugs.
trance powder? The thing that the two girls were getting high
I
on.
think I'm just gonna tell you that you would know he won't touch that shit. He has no interest in
She's
downers.
a shock man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured that's why I was thinking she could spike the.
Yeah, like he only does stimulants. He won't take downers. I'm
Give
very
him a
much
little-
purposely portraying
Yeah,
him as like
no.
an 80s Wall Street guy, so think that. Much more coke than weed.
I figured that's what Spark was when you said it to us. Like, oh,
Yeah.
it's probably.
It's a listed one, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, like if there's a flashback that you think maybe you could have gained information that would have been useful, or I mean, if again with the load stuff, you can just say like, I'm taking this. I would have brought it with me. You know, that's totally fine.
Would I have been able to like find out what this guy is particularly into, as far as women? Like, does he have a type?
We know he likes it rough, or he likes
Does
it
he
Yeah.
like? Does he have a
Yeah.
specific kink?
He likes it rough. He likes to be in control.
Well, obviously he likes it rough.
like
He likes to be controlled, or he likes
no.
control.
He would like absolutely not want to be controlled. Like he wants to be the one in control.
That's what I thought. He seems like that kind of guy. I mean, yeah, if she could get like information like that, from maybe some hookers that she knows.
Yeah, okay, for sure. Yeah, that's a great flashback. So because once you got his name, you could have gone to find some hookers, some of your friends, and you could have tried to get that information from them. Normally with flashbacks, sometimes there is stress involved. It depends on how
Mm-hmm.
hard the thing is you're trying to do. These are your friends, these are coworkers, so I don't think you would need to take stress for this. But you will need to roll for it still.
Okay.
So you will. I would assume that you're trying to. Would you sway them to tell you?
Either sway or consort.
It's up to you. However you want to roll it.
I'm better at consort.
Yeah, like consort is socialized with friends, contacts. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
And I'm better at that, so.
Yeah.
So all right, so I'll roll consort. Would this be controlled?
For the flashback, yeah, they're your friends. I don't see why. Yeah, it seems controlled. Standard effect.
They probably talk about clients anyway.
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, they would tell you that he gets rough with girls. He likes to get rough with girls. Anything that gives him, the illusion of control is good for him. But here you do get a 5, so there is a consequence. I think the consequence is you probably have to pay. Like you probably have
Yeah.
to pay for that. I think
They're
that's
hookers. They probably want money. They
yeah.
don't
So
do
you
nothing
would
for
lose
free.
a coin to give them the information. But yeah, that's your consequences. You would pay for it. But yeah, he definitely likes to rough up girls and anything that you can do, and he likes his uppers. He likes his stimulants.
He sounds like a fun guy.
Yeah, so that's the information you would have gotten. So we cut back to you trying to move her aside. Like, how do you utilize that information?
I guess she'd be like, I hear you like it rough. Do you want a girl that can take it better?
And
I'll last longer.
yeah, I was gonna say no until you said that, and that's the trigger. And he says, because now you're challenging him, and he says, I will break you as I've broken everyone else. And he like looks over at the young girl and he like pushes her out of the booth, like forcefully shoves her out. And she kind of looks back at you, and again, there's this face that you recognize that's simultaneously like, "Oh God, thank you," but like, "You bitch for stealing my money." And he kind of like grabs you by the arm and pulls you in very tightly. He's like, "So, Taikarosi girl, eh? Ah," and he starts like reaching up and like petting your ears. It's like, "I can get down with the Taikarosi."
You're about to. How about we get back to my place?
It's like, "I'm not done. I'm not ready to leave yet." He said, "We have time to party, you and I. Let's get ready, huh?"
Sure.
And he reaches down to this vial thing, this kind of vase, and yeah, he looks down at it. He looks at you. He's like, "Do you partake?"
Not if I'm going to partake of more interesting things later.
He's like, "What the fuck does that mean? You're here to party, are you not?" He said, "Come, let's enjoy the evening, shall we?" Doing this voice is gonna kill me, by the way. I can already feel it. I love the accent, but it's already fucking me up. So yeah, he reaches down and he opens up the vial. And you can kind of feel the electricity sparking out of the vase. Like as soon as he like begins to open it. And he kind of like swirls it around like it's like a fine wine or some shit. It's like, yes, I do enjoy the spark. He said, this is going to be a good night. I can feel it already, huh? And he kind of reaches down and he like puts his mouth over it. And he starts like swirling it around, and the sparks inside the vase begin to like swirl and spark. And some of them begin to like, basically it looks like they're jumping down his throat. And he like pulls it away and covers up the vase. And I mean, it's very much like that 80s Wall Street thing where he's taking a very long line of coke. And he reaches over and he puts a firm hand on the back of your neck. and he starts to squeeze, and he starts like massaging the front of your throat. He said, "I like a girl with a challenge."
I hear you do. I came to see you.
Yeah, and he's already getting rough, and you can kind of feel it. Feels like it's sparking against your neck, like his fingers. Like there's a heat coming off of him now. Um,
Now, does he like the girl that struggles, or does he like a girl that just submits?
uh, I mean, I feel like he's the kind of guy who would rather you submit. Like he wants to prove that he's a man. So if you try to fight him, that's not playing into
All
his
right.
fetish.
Yeah, she'll play into his fetish then. She'll just like, yeah, this is his kink. Not any worse than anything I've ever had before.
Yeah, and he like starts squeezing your neck, and like it starts to feel like you're gonna have trouble breathing. And he's like staring at you, and you can see like some of his eyes, like the whites in his eyes begin to look a little yellow, and it's like something in the whites of his eyes looks like it's moving around, and his eyes are, his pupils are extremely dilated. He just looks at you. He said, "Yes, you understand the kind of partying I do." And he like releases you, and there's like a moment where you catch your breath a little bit. And I think he starts like pulling at your clothes. He's like, "Why don't we get frisky right here, huh? Yeah, I think that you are this kind of girl."
Well, maybe. It's way more comfortable at my place.
I
have a
don't
lot
like comfort. You shouldn't like
toys.
comfort either. I will break you of this.
But I have a lot of toys we could play with.
Oh, what kind of toys?
Painful toys.
Yes. Yes, I like this. Yes. I think you're going to need to make another roll here.
Oh God, this guy is so creepy.
So I think another is this sway? This feels like sway to me. You influence with guile, charm, or argument. I mean that unless you want to try to make an argument for consort here.
No, I think this would probably actually be sway.
Okay. Cousin Brennan, let's go. What?
Oh,
That's a reference I'm not getting, I'm sure.
GTA 4.
Yeah.
Oh, I never played it. Okay.
I don't like GTA.
So you have one in sway. Would you like to? I mean, I don't think any of your friends can help you here.
I don't think so either.
Would you like to either push yourself or talk devil's bargain?
I'll take a devil's bargain.
Okay. I'm pretty sure the devil's bargain here is he's going to physically hurt you. Like you are.
Yeah.
By the end of this, you are going to be hurt.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll give you an additional die. For the harm you're going to suffer.
Okay.
So that gives you 2 dice.
All right. Would this be risky, controlled?
This is risky because he's obviously high as fucking get out, and I mean standard.
And she's
effect.
alone.
Yeah. I mean he's very much in control here. He's got privacy, which is always a risk with a guy like this.
6.
Why did you roll 3? There should have only been.
You said I had 2.
Oh well, it was 1 with a bonus die, but that's okay. It's a 6 and a 4. So you're successful.
Yay!
So I think he at the mention of toys and painful toys, he gets very excited, and I think that he kind of reaches down to the vase that's still got some spark in it, and in just like one huge inhale, just reduces the thing completely to ash. His eyes are almost completely like blackened at this point. He looks, for lack of a better word, demonic.
Nice.
And he like slams the thing down, and it seems to be pretty sturdy because it doesn't break on the table. And he reaches over and he just grabs you around the throat again, and he immediately just starts like basically biting you. Like he's biting around your neck and your face and in your chest. And you are actually going to suffer a harm here from what he's doing to you. So you will suffer 1 harm. Now, this is
Okay.
something we haven't done yet, but you can try to resist. Well, you will. In the game, there's a thing called resistance. When you
Okay.
resist, and this is any bad roll, anything that you want to try to resist, you can. You have to roll, because anytime you resist, you immediately take 6 stress. But you will roll to resist, and I will teach you how to do that. Whatever you roll, you subtract that from 6. So if you roll a 3, you take 3 stress. So at this point, you will take 1 stress, which is basically 1 stress is battered, drained, distracted, scared, or confused. I imagine you're kind of most of those things right now.
I don't know. I imagine she kind of likes being, maybe not quite so rough. But
This is rough beyond pleasure. Like, this is not, because he's losing control because of the drugs. So
All right.
he's actually digging into you at this point. So you can take the harm if you want, or you can resist. It's up to you.
I'm going to take the harm.
Okay. So why don't you, in that first box where it says like 1 harm, why don't you write?
1 harm.
Well, no, you would write like what the condition actually is.
Used and abused.
Abused. Perfect. Thank you, Mel. That's great. Write abused,
All right.
and that will be your 1 harm. And he's not really letting up on you, but he's still. But he immediately starts like dragging you very forcefully out of the booth. And the bodyguard is kind of like suddenly surprised and kind of says like, "Sir, are we leaving so soon?" And Brandon just says like, "Yes, we're going to party, Keenan. We're going to party." He said, "Oh, what a beautiful night! What a beautiful night!" And Keenan's like, "But sir, I think we should get back up. It's normally not just me. And Brandon.
I don't know if I could take more than 2.
And Brandon he's not letting go of you. He's still being very, very forceful. He says, "Oh," he said, "it's fine. It's fine, Keenan. Let's just go. Let's be off. I want to leave." And like the guard looks like nervous. Like he's not like this is very much a surprise to him, and he was not expecting it at all.
Does Keenan say, "But normally Kel works with me too"?
Boo. Conrad, just boo. Just boo.
I was thinking the same thing, Keenan and Kel. That was the first thought.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not even
Do
fair.
they serve good burgers here?
Because Keenan's actually been successful because he's on SNL. Poor Kel's probably like destitute right now. This is like the last time anyone's mentioned him in probably 5 years.
Right.
Yeah, so Brandon basically is dragging you out of here. He's pulling on your hair. He's pulling on your clothes.
She's kind of encouraging it because it's distracting.
Yeah, but as you're being like basically dragged out of here by him, he other people are starting to notice. Some of the other Eruvians who work here normally as bodyguards are kind of like looking like, what the fuck is like, what is he doing? And I think some of them are probably looking kind of embarrassed to see another Eruvian acting like this.
Mm.
And he's dragging you out. Keenan is trying to stay ahead, but Brandon is moving very, very forcefully to get you out of here. Yeah, so I think he starts dragging you out into the street.
Okay.
And under the black Duskvol sky, and he's basically like he's almost like stripping you naked as he's dragging you through the streets. Like he's pulling your clothes off. He's like pulling at your hair. He doesn't seem to be letting up.
If you don't save some for when we get home, you won't have left.
Yeah, and I think he's almost like zombified at this point. Like he's not even hearing you. He's almost dragging you on your heels. Like you're having to run to prevent him from dragging you on the ground. So why don't we cut to where everyone else is set up? Like and the other thing, I guess, Cassandra, you would be trying to like direct him.
Mm-hmm.
But he is so fucked up. I don't know if he can follow directions.
Can I enlist the bodyguard's
Keenan.
help?
Why don't we make that I think we should make a fortune roll here to see if you're able to keep him on track or to use the bodyguard to assist you to get where you're supposed to go. I mean, that sounds fair to me.
Sounds fair to me, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, why don't you make a fortune roll to see
Okay.
if you can at least try to keep him on track. I think it'll just be one die for sheer luck.
Okay, just one day?
Yeah,
So just no bonus day.
right. Okay.
Nice.
Oh, yeah!
Wow.
Awesome.
Yeah, so like he's dragging you, and he it's very much a caveman sort of thing. He's dragging you from alley to alley, trying to figure out. He doesn't know where the fuck he's going, and I think Keenan kind of like runs up to you, and he's like, "Tell me, whore, where are we going? We need to get there quickly."
Yeah, she'll give him directions to somewhere beyond where they're supposed to be going, so that we're supposed to run through the alley or whatever we're supposed to be going to.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, Keenan like takes that as a cue and sort of begins leading. And Brandon is barely able to stay on track, but Keenan is saying, "Sir, this way, please, this way, please." And I think like Keenan, yeah, he's only a couple of steps ahead, and he's just almost running, trying to get where he's supposed to go. So now we cut to where everyone else is.
Thinking that we probably have like two people at the end of each, like the big guys at the end of each alley, and then the two sly types on the roof. I'm guessing, like on the roofs flanking it.
I definitely want a roof
Kill
position.
box.
I could see Monica definitely taking point as far as engagement, just because being another female and knowing this guy.
Yeah, like I'm thinking that we box them in, like one person at one end of the alley, one at the other.
Yeah.
Two big walls of meat, and then people shooting them from above and shit like that. And that's what we're doing.
That
I
sounds
like
good.
that plan.
I thought it was a good plan.
So if they enter the alley, get to the close to the far end, like Monica steps out,
And
you
then,
know, and then
Jimmy comes out the other
from
side.
around the other side. Yeah.
Bingo.
Okay.
As a near naked Cassandra one five.
Yeah, I mean, he's quite literally like you're trying to like pull like keep your top on because he's like you're almost flapping out in the streets here. And I think if you guys are trying to set up here, I'm wondering if, well, you would have had the time, so that's a dick move for me. So you would have had the time to set yourselves up on the rooftops and to do the kill box thing. And you hear him coming, like you hear that he's like dragging her, and you probably hear the bodyguard who's like, left, right, where are we going? And the voices are getting closer, and you're hearing like what sounds like feet dragging on like cobblestones rather than like running. Which of you sees them first?
I'd assume Jimmy, because I'm coming behind them after they go in the alley.
So
So
he's probably a
probably-
block down. Just kind
Yeah.
of
Kind of out across the street, just probably smoking or something like that. Being inconspicuous.
Okay. So you see them turn like a hard corner down this alley and like away from you, I'm guessing.
Given the situation, Jimmy's sign to me that they're coming could be a cat call at Cassandra, like encouraging the guy. So I know they're coming.
Nice.
So I hear them getting into the alley, so not only that, but I'll know that, yep, these are the people we're looking for.
Them some nice cans on that ass.
They're not on my ass.
Jimmy's not very bright.
Nice cans on my ass? What?
Okay. Yeah, so I'm just trying to picture this. So yeah, so Jimmy whistles and starts talking about his ass. And I think when Jimmy, when you say that, and maybe you can see this, Cassandra, like he grabs you very forcefully, and is like almost kneading your ass, like he's like, and it's again, this is not pleasurable at all. And what does it look like, Monica, when you like? I'm guessing you just jump out, or are you just standing at the end of the alley?
No, so once I hear that, I step out and I hear you like it rough, and I'm gonna like try to throw a shot. I'm assuming the bodyguard's in front leading, and I'm gonna try and take the bodyguard out first.
Yeah, like, and he like skids to a halt and immediately starts like fumbling for his sword. He looks back and he says like, "You stupid fucking whore," and
I'm not so stupid.
and
Got you.
Brandon is just like, "What the fuck is going on here? If you want to party too, let's party."
Wow, this guy's dumb as shit.
Like no, he's
Party
high, he's
is
high.
up.
More high as fuck.
Yeah,
but
he's high as a kite. And yeah, so the to act. What would you like to do?
You cut out there. I'm sorry. What?
Oh, sorry, I moved my computer. Yeah, you have a moment here before the guard because he's fumbling with his sword, for kind of freaked out. So you have a
If
moment.
he's,
Sorry.
if he's fumbling
Right.
with his sword, can I try and wrestle it away from him?
Well, no, not yet because Brandon.
Well,
Brandon's you'd have to break free of Brandon first. But Monica, you have an opportunity to act. What would you like to do?
Yeah, I'd like to skirmish him and try and like get him in a headlock because it says you might seize or hold a person in battle, get a tangle in close combat so they can't easily escape.
Yeah. Okay. So you're gonna try to get him in a headlock. Absolutely. So you get your dice for skirmish. I don't think it sounds like anyone could help with that unless someone has an idea.
Would surprise give me anything in this case? Just because I'm going to come right out and go for it.
I mean, there's not really a rule for that.
Okay.
So, like, you could push yourself for an additional 2 stress and give yourself a die to say that the surprise, cost you the 2 stress, and that would give you an additional die.
Okay, and I'm not trying to metagame here. I'm just trying to understand. So, as far as the downtime afterwards, can we only remove 1 stress per downtime, or are we going to have the
No.
availability to remove?
You actually will roll for it based on indulging your vice. You can remove several stress at once.
Okay,
but
so yeah.
there is a possibility, which is one of the aspects of the game I fucking love. You can actually overindulge your vice. So you can go a little too crazy, and that actually has its own consequences, but you will still reduce the stress.
That's okay. I'll take the 2 stress to push myself.
Okay, so take the 2 stress. You get your additional die. Plus, I'm gonna say that because of the surprise, I think that this is it's risky because he's still armed, but he is surprised. But this will be, if you're successful, it will be great effect. Because if you can get him, you will get him exactly how you want, and he will basically be your puppet.
Okay, and I get 1 bonus die to the 2 I've already got.
Right.
Okay, I'm trying to just, yeah. Yes!
Shit. Okay. So I think not only do you get him in a headlock, but you kind of pounce out at him, and I think he drops his sword. I think he basically completely submits to you. He's panicked and terrified, and Brandon doesn't seem to respond. Like, Brandon is just like, what the fuck is going on? You want to party? Let's go. Fuck it. You drag him, I'll drag her. And he's like trying to like move Cassandra and expecting you to like drag the guard.
I'm just not moving.
Can I attune to the ghost field and summon a ghost?
I don't think that's how it works.
There'd have to be like a ghost around.
Yeah. Ghosts aren't, I mean, there are ghosts like, the other thing that we didn't talk about, and I guess now would be the time, is there is a group of people in Duskvol. They don't really are the law necessarily, but they are part of the kind of hierarchy of the city. They're called the Spirit Wardens. Whenever someone is killed, their ghost, basically their spirit, tries to rip out of their body. Before this happens, there's a bell, and it actually sits in Charter Hall. It's at the Bellwether Crematorium. Whenever someone dies anywhere in the city, the bell starts to ring. When the bell rings, there are the Spirit Warden crows. These are actual literal crows that fly out from the Bellwether Crematorium to look for the body, because they don't want ghosts just running around the city. So the crows go to find the body. The Spirit Wardens try to arrive to prevent. They basically have the mechanisms necessary, the tools, to bind the ghost. So sometimes there are ghosts. Usually the ghosts you find around are more or less harmless. They're like echoes. They just sort of repeat patterns. So, I mean, you could I guess you didn't take Tempest.
No, I didn't.
Oh, I see. You can attune to the ghost field to force a nearby ghost to appear and obey a command you give it. You are not supernaturally
Yeah.
terrified by a ghost you summon. Oh, well, since you have an ability, then yes.
Yeah, this is an ability.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just, yeah. Okay, you're trying to use
No.
compel. I get it. So you have that ability. So yes, you could try to roll a tune. Do be aware, though, that, if you fuck this up, ghosts are kind of bad news bears. But yeah, you should definitely try to do that.
But I mean, it's when else am I gonna fucking use it?
Sure, yeah, I get it.
All right, so I'm gonna try and just roll a tune.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about a devil's bargain here, or?
Yeah, we'll talk about a devil's bargain.
I think the devil's bargain here is that you're sort of not quite binding this ghost to you, but you're attracting the attention of this ghost, so it'll start a clock. So if, regardless of how this works out, like, the ghost is going to be seeking you out, or it's going to start to, like, take notice of you.
Okay. Well, it better take notice of me.
Well, yeah, but in the
Fucking
bad
it.
way, like it wants to possess you. But yeah, you can attune, and that's an additional die. So you'll have 2 dice plus your additional 1.
All right, so I put 1 bonus in it. Is this risky control?
I mean, messing with ghosts is always risky. And I think it's standard effect. Ooh.
Oh. Oh,
So,
ouch.
So, and I think there's actually like specific.
Done fucked up.
So you're gonna take another harm here, and the harm you're gonna take is that your attune actually does attract a ghost. It in fact attracts several all at once.
Sean, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm a Battleborn, so I can expend special armor to reduce harm from attack, combat, or push myself during a fight. So do I not take the stress from last time?
Well, no, because you didn't. I think that's only for harm. Hold on, let me read it. You spend your special armor to reduce harm from an attack in combat,
or push yourself during a fight.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's fair.
Okay, so I'm just gonna unclick those 2, I guess.
Yeah, that seems okay. Yeah, I think you do only get that once per fight or something.
Yeah, that makes sense. It just
that's
occurred
fine.
to me.
But so Cassandra, yeah, you attract several ghosts, and so like you can feel them before you even start to see them, and I think that. See, you're not supernaturally terrified by a ghost you summon, but because 2 of them are coming that you didn't summon, does that seem? I don't know. Does that seem fair that I give you harm for that if you're not terrified of them?
Oh,
Ghost you summon or compel.
Maybe, maybe Brennan is terrified of him, so he like. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, it does say that your friends are not.
Yeah, so I think that's the
him.
consequence is you end up pulling more ghosts than you were supposed to. You are not terrified, but I think that
Monica might have an issue being so close.
yeah, I think your friends end up. Yeah, I think I can harm your allies. So why don't we do that?
Sorry, guys.
Who's close? Monica, you're right there.
Yeah, I'm right there with the bodyguard.
Jimmy, did you approach or are you still hanging back?
Oh, I was approaching them, but sorry, my Discord crashed a moment ago.
Oh, okay.
I was approaching them, and I'm like pulling out the big fucking single-edged, 2-handed great sword of doom.
But I think, yeah, as you're doing that, you see these ghosts sort of just like apparate through the walls. So I think Monica and Jimmy, I think you're both going to take 1 harm, and that harm is going to be basic.
Can I actually just fight them?
Well, first of all, hold on. Let's deal with one thing at a time. So you're going to take the harm unless you resist it. You're going to take level 1 harm, and that's going to be scared.
And this is a consequence of Cassandra's role. It's not part of the in combat, Dave. I don't know if you missed that when you got
Oh,
disconnected.
I understand. I was
I mean,
asking
he can
if
still
flash
fight.
it through the.
Right, but you're both gonna take 1 harm unless you resist. If you want to resist.
Oh, I'm resisting. Yeah,
Okay,
I mean, I'm literally that's what I do.
Okay, so to resist, since Dave has played before, he's probably seen this. But you're gonna roll resolve here. So you click on the word where it actually says resolve. You actually only have 1 die in that. Because I don't think there's a resist thing. Yeah. So you
it's the ability that you choose to use, but yeah, if you want to use resolve, whatever, that's fine.
Yeah, because it's attuned to
Because
ghosts, right?
I was gonna fight them. I can fight them.
Right, but all right, so you're trying to resist with skirmish?
Yeah, I can actually slash them.
Right, but we're not doing that yet because you're not. We need to do the harm first. So you need to roll.
No,
to
I mean
resist.
as the resist. Like that was the resist. Is to not let them get near me at all.
Okay, well, so you can roll skirmish, but you're not going to do harm to them yet because this is just the resistance roll.
I know.
Okay, so
I'm like, how could I be afraid of something that I'm literally quite capable of?
Because you're not
killing?
expecting
That's what I'm wondering.
it.
okay, that's fine. Roll prowess to resist.
No, I said it's fine. Like I'll take it, and we're good. But
Okay, so
I'm just saying,
you take 5.
that's what I'm
You take
talking
5
about.
stress to resist, so you are not scared. Monica, you do the same. So you will roll to resist.
And I roll resolve.
I mean, unless there's something else, I don't think prowess makes sense here.
No, that's fine. I'm just making sure I understand.
Yeah, because they're ghosts and typically attune and. Okay, so you also take 5 stress. But yes, Jimmy, now if you want to swing at one of these ghosts.
Easy. Just gonna try to cleave him in half as like everything just starts glowing blue because he actually can quite interact with them, and he's gonna take a swing at them as soon as they come out of the walls because
Okay.
they're in between him and who he's gonna kill.
Okay. Yeah. Roll. It sounds like skirmish to me. You're trying to
Yeah.
use?
Yeah, he's actually gonna attack it.
Okay. Do you want to push yourself, or can any of your friends help you? And mind you, like Gunny and Endlin, I don't know what you guys are doing, but
Well, there's no initiative, so I think you're just getting a word in.
Yeah.
yeah. But I'm saying, like, can anyone help or no?
Not with the
Can
ghosts. I don't think so.
Command them?
Cassandra probably could if.
Okay, Cassandra,
Yeah,
how are
but
you
that's
helping?
it.
Can I command them to back off?
So with help, you don't have to command, but you can just say like I try to command them to leave. But
Yeah.
You don't have to roll here, but you do take 1 stress.
Can I just because my compelled compelled so that I can command them as well. So
I
gonna
understand,
try
but
and-
you're aiding right now, so you don't.
yeah,
need
that's
to-
how I'm gonna aid them. I'm just gonna try and
Okay.
command them to go away.
Okay. So that gives you an additional die, Dave. So
At least the extra ones.
you have
Got 3. Yep.
6.
Oh yeah, I'm happy with that.
Okay. So yeah, one of the ghosts I think just begins like you basically like rip the thing apart. Its spectral form just sort of dusts itself, and I think that like one of the other ghosts kind of sees this and realizes that like oh shit, something's happening here, and it sort of begins like to back off into the brick wall. Like you didn't hit both, but you do kind of scare that other one off.
You scared
It's like fuck that shit. Yeah.
Okay.
All
Yeah.
yelling,
But
kill
there
that
is-
motherfucker.
There is still one left that appears to be kind of like pulling on to Cassandra. Meanwhile, Edlin and Gunny, like, what are you guys doing? You're kind of hanging out on the rooftops.
I'm not much of a fighter, but I would do whatever I could to assist Gunny in getting a shot on Brennan.
Yeah, I'm going after the target.
Okay, so Gunny, you're trying to take a shot. Edlin, how are you helping here?
I am saying, don't worry about the ghosts. I got a spirit bane charm.
Oh, there you
Focus on
go.
the target.
Yeah. So Gunny,
Yeah,
you don't have
'cause
to be necessarily
I'm
like.
I'm up there with him, so maybe they'll stay out of. They'll
Right.
stay. The ghosts stay on the bottom
That's totally
not
true.
float up towards us.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
And
so
so I
Gunny,
take a
he
stress.
just calms you down and makes you, less afraid that the ghosts are going to try to possess you. So yeah,
I appreciate this.
if you want to take a shot, that'll be 3 dice. Is there a devil's bargain here? I think, if anything, I wonder, and again, this is a conversation, so if you don't think this is fair, you let me know. But I wonder if maybe the shot is going to attract additional attention. No, because then that's nah. Because you guys set this whole thing up.
What if it?
Cassandra too.
Yeah, it shoot the hostage to get the.
Shoot her through the arm or something.
Okay, so you're risking Cassandra to take harm to shoot your target.
No, I was gonna push myself. I don't need the devil bargain.
Okay, if you want to take 2 stress, you can push yourself for that. Yeah. So I'll give you 4 dice.
Yep. And hunt.
And it is obviously risky because you're shooting your friend. And sounds like standard effect. Well, actually, no. You know what? Is this desperate? Because you're trying to shoot your friend?
Trying to avoid my friend, yeah.
Well, no. Like if. Oh, that's right. You didn't take the devil's part. Yeah, this is a desperate because you're trying to avoid your friend. I think this is desperate with. I'm tempted to say limited just because you can shoot her, but no, we'll say standard. Desperate with standard effect.
Is there any way I can help him by having my ghost possess?
No, because you can only get so many die, and you can only get.
Yeah, so I'm getting 2 bonus die, right?
Yeah.
Getting 1 from. All right.
Yeah, so he's got 4 dice, which is a lot.
Sorry if I shoot you, but not overly.
That's okay.
Okay, so you actually get a 6.
Yeah.
So yeah, the bullet just misses you, Cassandra. Like, at this point, Brandon is like freaking the fuck out. He's starting to realize like something the fuck is wrong. Ghosts are being summoned now, and he's not sure what's going on. And I think he kind of pulls you up, Cassandra, like to turns your face to him. He's like, "You fucking whore! What are you doing?" He's like, and I think he just like slaps you in the face. Like he like rears back, and like right as he's coming to slap you in the face, you hear the shot go off of the roof, and his hand is like stopped in midair. He's like, "What the fuck did you?" And like he looks down, and we see that there's like a hole like right through the bottom of his throat, and like we start to see the blood like pour down the front of him, and it starts to stain his clothes. And you're just like, he's just holding you up by his hands and just staring into your face. "I'll get you for this, you fucking whore."
She just spits on
Stupid
him.
Whore. And like he starts to keel over, but he's not, like his fists are clenched around you, so he's like pulling you down with him.
Yeah, she's gonna range over. She's gonna let him pull him down.
Okay.
No.
Okay, so yeah, he pulls you down, and like the blood is just starting to pool beneath him. The rest of you are just. I think there's one ghost left that's just kind of still standing there, probably now attracted to the violence.
Nads while he's down.
Do what?
She's gonna kick him in the nads while he's down.
Okay, all right. So you're kicking Brandon.
It's time. Well, time for the second ghost to go away.
Okay.
No,
for
I'm gonna have
sure.
him possess the fucking bodyguard.
We already have another ghost to deal with.
And yeah, just so you're aware, when ghosts like possess people, that's not great because that's what turns people into vampires. Just so you know. Yeah. So the other ghost is kind of like peering out of the brick wall a little bit. Jimmy, he's like, just trying to investigate and see what the situation is.
Get the fuck away.
Are you trying to command him to flee?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, waving like the blue fist of fury.
Okay. So yeah, if you want to command him, you can command. Can anybody help?
I mean,
Busy
I
kicking,
summon
think.
them. Can I just fucking tell him to fuck off?
Yeah, you can try to compel him to leave.
Fuck off. Yeah, man. Fuck off.
Okay, so 3 dice or 2 dice and a bonus. I don't think there's a devil's bargain required here because obviously if you fuck this up, like not only is the ghost not going to leave, but you're pissing it off.
Oh yeah, we're gonna start a fight. Yeah, I get
Yeah.
you.
Okay.
Hey,
So you get what you want. So the ghost.
I'll be back to get your ass later.
Yeah. So the
Yeah.
thing, I think the thing actually pulls out toward you first. Like it starts to like, it like it's moving in your general direction. Um, and it's going to. Yeah, I think we're gonna start a clock here for you, Jimmy. What I you want to start a clock? Let's
How
see.
many parts?
Uh, we'll say six segments. Call the clock something like uh the Ghost Vengeance, because you've just attracted
Yeah.
its ire.
Ghost wants to fuck up Jimmy. Gotcha.
Yeah. But it does sort of like disappear back through the brick wall.
All right. I'm assuming
Uh,
it's got at least a couple parts in it, like 2 or 3. I'm guessing.
we'll say two.
All right, done.
Okay. So there's one ghost left, and it's sort of like hovering over you, Cassandra. Excuse me.
Mhm.
And you like Brandon is basically dying, and you can see like he's not dead yet, and he's just like fucking glaring at you through his eyes, and like his eyes are now finally like his pupils are starting to like collapse as he's dying, and I think he's just like repeating over and over like a chant. He's like, "I will fucking haunt you for as long as I am able, as long as I can keep my mind. I'm going to fucking haunt you." And like his breath, you physically see his breath leave his body. And I think in the very far distance, you guys hear a bell begin to ring.
Now, what do I need to catch his ghost and keep it forever?
There is the you can use one of your load to use the I clicked on the wrong character sheet.
The lightning hook?
The lightning hook.
But what do I keep it in?
You have a or you have a spirit bottle if you want to use. You can use one load for the lightning hook, and one for the spirit bottle.
I would like to do that.
Okay. Yeah. So his body is dying, and you all start to see, and this is a very violent scene. As Brandon's body collapses, we start to see that there's a stillness that washes over the body. And then suddenly, like, there's a violent surge, like something inside of him is trying to like rip its way out of his body. Like his limbs are like flailing about, and yeah, something is clearly happening. It seems like it's going to take a moment. You probably know, Cassandra, that like when a person dies, typically it takes like a couple minutes for the spirit to actually, because it has to rip free from the body. So you do have a moment here. Monica, you still have this guard in a headlock who has watched all this and is probably completely pale in the face, just terrified. And you have like complete control over him. What do you want to do?
I'm not sure she'd want the loose end.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I've got him 6 crit headlock, snap the neck.
Sure. Yeah, that seems perfectly reasonable. I don't think you have to roll for that because you were set up. Yeah, so the rest of you kind of hear this like sudden snapping motion coming from the direction of Monica, and I think like unless you say otherwise, Monica, like his body just drops to the ground lifeless.
Yeah. And if anybody's looking at me weird in the party, it's like, what? He'd be a loose end.
Nice job.
I agree.
Okay. Yeah, so his body falls lifeless to the ground. And like yeah, you guys are kind of like looking back, Cassandra, Brandon's body is like it's almost like it's like terrorizing itself. His spine is arching, his legs are kicking up, and very suddenly like the whole body goes completely still. And you start to see specifically something like worming its way out from his torso. This like spectral form as it's like ripping itself out of his torso.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to try to trap this ghost, that'll be an attune roll. It will be
Yeah.
it's normally risky, but because you're using the hook, it's controlled. Um, and I think I mean, you're ready for it. So I'm going to say great effect. Like, if you succeed here, you will, like, it will be yours to command inside the bottle. Although, like, not command in the bottle. Like, you will have control of it in the bottle.
I'd like to assist her even.
How are you assisting here?
Literally grab him in place as he comes out of his corpse.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
So
And,
that
like,
gives me
hold
one
him,
extra
like,
dice?
around his neck.
Yeah. So he's like, Jimmy's basically stabilizing the body. Yeah. Okay. So you use this lightning hook very skillfully to like wrap it around the spirit as it's coming out. And as the thing comes out, you all hear the thing like start to scream from the lightning hook because this is extraordinarily painful for the ghost. And you start to pull. It's like fishing, really. And you're pulling the spirit out, and you very carefully just hold the bottle out with your other hand, and just begin to like very casually, like swirl it down into the bottle. And then the thing, it seems like it's trapped inside the bottle. And these things have like lids that are attached by like a little hinge.
Mm-hmm.
So you can just like pull the hook away and then flip the bottle so that the lid closes and it seals.
Nice.
Yeah, so now you have a ghost trapped inside a spirit bottle. The ghost is
Awesome.
not pleased about this because why would
I'm
it
sure
be?
he's real pissed off.
Yeah, you can like
I will haunt you. Oh shit, I'm in the bottle.
Yeah, like you can feel the bottle, like you can feel it starting to heat up, which it's supposed to do. Like this is something you're expecting it to do. It's trying to disperse the energy of the ghost, obviously like probably panicked and like violent inside the bottle. So it starts to heat up and it starts to vibrate a little in your hand. And it's like that for a few seconds and then it starts to stabilize. It does not like cool down. But this is what you're expecting to have happen. So you do have a ghost trapped inside a bottle.
Oh,
The other corpse, quickly.
do you want me to? I could try the other one as well.
I
Or we
was
could
just, do you have
run,
two
'cause
bottles?
those
I was,
ravens are going to be
I said-
coming after us.
I could just kill it when he comes out too. Like I could just start stabbing.
do I have to wait for it to actually come out of the body?
I mean, do you have something that allows you to kill ghosts?
I'm assuming that's what electroplasmic ammunition is for.
Oh
Oh
shit.
yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
that is definitely what that is for. Yes. I'm sorry, I'm so excited. I didn't even realize you had that.
Let's go,
I
man.
love your enthusiasm when
Yeah.
we do something interesting. I
That's- yeah.
absolutely love it.
He's
That's-
like a kid in a candy store.
So we're gonna shoot it. We're gonna stab it. It's going down.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm
so-
just reloading up there. Look at the new body. Drop it, demo.
Okay.
Step away.
Yeah, Gunny, like Edlin, you see him drop this like odd looking ammunition that's probably got runes on it. And it's probably like a thick glass that we can almost see something swirling inside the bullet. And you load it into your gun. You scope down to the ghost. You get your 2 dice. Do you wanna
Oh yeah, I'll push again.
Okay. And I'm assuming Jimmy, you're helping here again?
I'm going to take another stress. I'm going to assist, but this time it's essentially taking my sword, making it glow just like my hands, and jamming it in the corpse so it doesn't move.
Okay.
So he gets a nice clean shot.
Yeah, Gunny. So you have four dice again.
All right, what's my position?
Oh,
Controlled, I'm assuming at this point?
Oh, it's controlled great effect. Yeah, for sure. You guys have positioned yourself very well here. Oh,
Ooh.
oh no. So it's
You
not
needed
as-
that last die.
I really did.
Yeah, wow. Holy shit.
Yahtzee! Wait, no.
So yeah, I think what absolutely happens here is that you manage to kill the ghost. You shoot the body. We all see, if the camera pans back, we see the body go into violent convulsions. And it starts snapping. And the ghost, Jimmy, even with your sword, I think what we see is your sword suddenly like jerks back. And you're actually going to take harm here. Because what's going to happen is the ghost is going to try to repel the sword out of the body, which is going to force it back basically like under your chin into your face. It's just
like
the hilt, so it's not going to like cut your head off.
Yeah. I take it right on the chin. I get you.
This is going to be moderate harm, so it's 2 harm. It's going to be concuss. You can resist if you like.
Nope, I'm taking it.
Okay, so you take 2 harm. You guys all see the sword just like slam back out of the body right into Jimmy's face. But then the body kind of like we see this scream, and the sword comes like slamming out into his face, and then the body just sort of collapses back down. And far off in the distance, maybe not so far at this point, we hear the continued ringing of a bell, and we start to hear the sound of what sound like flapping crow wings.
We may want to go.
Time to go.
Time to go.
Run.
Yeah, and so cool. The job's done. You are successful.
Jimmy and I catch Edlin and Gunny as they jump off the roof.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jimmy can't talk. He's like, I'm trying to go.
Yeah, Jimmy's probably missing a tooth or two now. If he wasn't before.
He has.
I
I
was
mean,
gonna say.
some of them are probably fake already. To be fair.
Okay. So now the job is done. You guys were successful. Now we do. If you guys want to look at that handout, we're just going to go through it. But
Make a clean escape, no problem.
yeah, I mean,
Okay.
you guys set yourselves up. You knew where you were. You knew where the hit was happening, and that's exactly how it happened.
I'm
We
not
even
sure
took
what
ghost witnesses.
subterfuge supplies are, but if they help us cover our tracks on the way out, I'll be using those.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
to make it clean, like
And I can do the same.
Are
We leave
you
nothing
going to
behind.
do anything with the bodies?
Leave them there.
Do we
Okay.
need to?
It's up to you.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's-
do we care? Like, we want this to be known. This happened, right? Like, this is like we want him dead. We want people to know he's dead. Let's just leave his ass.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've got his soul. I got what I wanted.
Yeah, we just need to.
Yeah.
I mean, I
We
can carry
can't,
the
carrying 2 dead bodies around is going to kind of risk ruin our escape.
Hang on. I have something called documents. Can they kind of be whatever I want, like incriminating evidence that this guy was like
flashback.
yeah.
getting kickbacks through the consulate?
I could also take demolition tools and leave a bomb that just blows up both bodies.
I can do that.
I am.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't taken any equipment besides my
Neither have
spirit
I.
game
I
charm,
am
which doesn't cost me
entirely-
anything.
entirely behind just blowing the bodies up.
I love it. Do it.
No,
Okay.
I get an unusual weapon. Can I get a wood chipper?
I mean,
It's
no.
not a weapon.
I don't think that's a weapon.
Like
I
would.
know.
Well, listen. I would totally let you do a flashback where you make a deal with somebody who owns something that would grind up the bodies. Like if that's something you want to do, we can fucking do that. This is an industrial
Yes.
city. There are big ass machines
Yeah.
somewhere.
No. Gunny and I are friends with a physiker. We promise her the bodies for research and we store them somewhere. For
that's
her to come
no.
get.
That
Then we have to move bodies,
For the
though.
physiker, yeah.
I like
Plus,
the
they're
blowing up
looking for
thing.
these.
Go for the blow up. Then.
I could just
Okay,
drop
we'll
a bomb.
blow them off.
Now, okay, here's how I'm gonna do this though. Like, if you blow up the bodies, which I'll let you do, there will be a fortune roll, or a roll of some sort, let's say, to see how badly. Because if you destroy the bodies, are people going to be able to recognize who the man is you killed?
We've got his soul in a bottle.
It's
right.
true.
But you would need somebody to recognize that was his spirit. Not only that, but spirits often forget who they belong to after a while.
Oh.
Well, also, I mean,
you have to pry that out of Cassandra's cold.
Hey,
dead hands,
Demonica, here's my sword. Can you cut off his head?
I mean, it's not so much that people need to know he's dead because the red
But we
sashes
also
don't
need
have their
proof that the
contact
job is
anymore.
done.
Yeah, we only need his head.
Just
Take
leave
his head
him.
Yeah, I'll take the head.
I'll give her my sword. She can just chop it right off.
Okay, so you take the head with you, which is gross, but okay. So yeah, you take the head, you leave the bodies behind. We see you guys scurrying away out of the scene as we see one crow land on the very top of the roof where Gunny and Edlin were sitting, and it just sort of like is pecking around on the roof, and we can see it like cawing down at the bodies. And several minutes pass as we see these strange, they almost look like plague doctors kind of turn the alley to find the bodies, and they have these very odd special tools as they begin like looking over the bodies, the headless bodies specifically. And these we would recognize as the audience's spirit wardens. But there don't appear to be ghosts, which is really weird. And I think we have a scene where like the spirit wardens are standing there as we see some inspectors, including Cassandra's boyfriend, who approaches, and the inspectors basically take over the scene from the spirit wardens, because if there's no spirits, the wardens have nothing to do. So now we see the inspectors kind of take over, and that's where we kind of fade to black.
As the inspector shows up to the dead guy that you were asking about.
Yeah.
But
well, I
we've
mean,
done his head, so he can't tell who he is.
it's hard to identify him without a head.
At first. I mean, come
Sure,
on.
but we do leave off there.
You get time. You get time.
So now we do payoff and all this stuff. So, and I'm going to try to rush a little bit because something's kind of up, but we're going to try to get through this very quickly. So payoff. I'm not really worried about the tier stuff right now. Like, you would get rep, but again, meh. I think you guys are going to earn 6 coin for this job, which is a standard score. So you can record that on your sheet.
You can only really carry 4, so they go to stash after
Right,
that.
exactly. So you get 2 in your stash plus everyone. Well,
Oh, there's coin.
you all get
Okay.
6. No, do you all get 6 coin?
I mean, it depends on if we're getting paid individually or if it goes to like the group. I think it's probably going to the group then, so we probably get like 1 each and then 1 to the group.
Well, so how about this? Each of you gets 2 coin.
Okay.
We'll do it that way.
And we start with 2 in character creation, don't we?
I
think I
believe
read
so.
that in something, so I'd have 4 now. Okay.
It depends on what you do. Yeah.
Okay, heat. Heat is fun. Okay. 0 heat is smooth and quiet, low exposure. I don't think so.
Wasn't it quiet?
Yeah, I mean, 2 heat is contained standard exposure, which I think is fair. This was very contained. You set yourselves up, but there was still gunfire. There was still a lot of violence, and you left bodies. So I think 2 heat. So if you guys go onto the crew sheet, you can actually mark, much like you do in the stress, you can do 2 heat, which is kind of below the rep boxes. You don't have wanted levels. We don't have to worry about that. Not yet, anyway. Entanglements. I am actually going to roll an entanglement. So I am going to use my example character sheet to roll a fortune roll. 1 to 3 will be gang trouble or the usual suspects, which I can explain, but again, it's a one-shot, so it doesn't really matter. 4 to 5 is rivals or unquiet dead. I hope for rivals.
Yeah, probably not. This is
Unquiet
one
dead?
unquiet
I mean,
dead.
yeah, there
I mean,
were.
I have a quiet dead. He's just captured right
Or
now.
there's the
The
one
other
ghost
one.
that is after Jimmy now.
Yeah, I said to fuck off.
Okay, so gang trouble or the usual suspects. One of your gangs or other cohorts causes trouble due to their flaws. You can lose face, which is rep. Yeah, so there's that. That's an entanglement. So if we kept playing, something would happen as a result of that. Now we get to the fun bits. In downtime activities. So, I think since you played this first, why don't we do you first? So everyone gets 2 downtime activities. This includes, and I should have made a handout for this. If we play again, I will create one. You can acquire assets. You can start a long-term project. So, for example, like if you wanted to command that ghost, like take actual physical control of it, you would probably start a long-term project to begin bonding with the ghost. Recover, which is for things like harm. Reduce heat, self-explanatory. Train, which is one of the ways in which you get experience. Or you can mark experience. And then indulge vice. Indulging vice is how you get rid of stress. Dave, do I need to assume which one you're doing?
Well, obviously I'm doing 2 of them, and one of them is recovery.
Okay.
Because I am wounded.
You might visit a physiker who can stitch your wounds.
Yeah, that would probably be a good choice. I would probably get like a big old fucking gash on my chin.
Yeah, so recovery is actually a long-term project, so that would be another clock.
Yep. Yep.
So if you want to create a clock, I think
I already have it.
Oh, do you?
That one is already built in. That's the one that you see.
Oh, that's
below
right. You're right.
harm.
You're right. Good call. So it's 4. So you will roll. You will roll. You could probably just do a fortune roll, like a D, because I think it's just 1d6.
I couldn't remember what that.
Oh,
one
your
was. I think
healer
it is-
rolls.
Yeah, I can't remember which one it's for your crew. I remember correctly that you have someone who actually does it
We've got a friend.
to help you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it'd probably just be
Melver.
like a 1d6, probably.
Yeah, you may heal yourself if you have the physical or special ability, but you take 2 stress when you do so.
Yeah, I'd get some people to help me out.
Okay, so I just think roll 1d6.
Tosses a fortune.
Yeah, that's fine.
Hey!
Nice. So you actually 6 is 3 segments, so you fill in 3 segments of your harm clock.
Looking
Okay.
pretty good. Still a little wounded.
Yeah,
But,
you're hurt, but you're getting better. So why don't we skip
Yeah.
around and everyone do one, and then we'll come back around. So, Monica, do you have an idea about what you want to do?
Yep, I'm indulging vice.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so you go to your vice purveyor, which is the leaky bucket, and you are going to get drunk, as you do.
Yep.
So there is a button for indulging your vice.
Yep.
So yeah, you will indulge your vice.
No bonus, just straight through. There we go.
Okay. Roll dice equal to your lowest attribute rating.
I'm assuming she has 1 point in insight somewhere, so she probably just has 1 die.
Yeah. Let's see. So you rolled. I think that's how many stress you actually clear, whatever you roll.
Okay.
So you actually clear 2 stress. Yeah, so you clear 2 stress. Clear stress equal to the highest die result. So yes, 2. So yeah, now so you go and you get wildly drunk. And you have a good night. You just get drunk, and you probably hear some rumors in the bar about like some chick who like showed her tits at the fighting ring. Yeah, and it's generally just a good night. You got paid. You got to kill some folk. It was a good night.
Yep.
Cassandra.
Cassandra is going to indulge vice, even though she doesn't have any stress. But she is going to specifically try and do it with Manuel instead of her normal purveyor.
So this is her inspector?
Yes.
Well, see, here's the thing, though. Just to let you know, because you will overindulge here because you have no stress.
Yeah, I know.
Well, that's going to cause trouble for you.
I know.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's not going to matter what you roll here. I mean, if you want to go bang your boy.
She's more interested in fixing the relationship.
So go to him with a no strings meeting.
Yeah, go to a totally no strings meeting.
So-
She's also kind of beat up, so it's like maybe he'll give me a little bit of pity because.
So your options here are kind of limited. Because you can't be tapped, which means your current purveyor cuts you off. That doesn't make sense. Lost, your character vanishes for a few weeks. I doubt that you're banging him for a couple weeks, so that doesn't really make sense. I'm thinking that what
know.
makes sense here is you either attract trouble. Well, see, the only one here that makes sense, it's attract trouble. Select or roll an additional entanglement, which may make sense. But yeah, I'm feeling like brag makes sense here.
Yeah.
You brag
I mean-
about your exploits. You basically tell him you killed a dude.
After all the questions she asked, he might notice.
And he was there, as we established in the fiction.
Yeah, I would be surprised. Doesn't seem the smartest cookie in the package.
Enjoy jail.
So, yeah, that's 2 heat that you're automatically going to take. Plus, I'm going to have you roll, because we started a clock for him, if you
Mhm.
recall. So why don't you roll to, I'm thinking it's up to you, but consort or sway?
I'm always gonna pick consort if I have the choice.
Okay, and this will, yeah, higher is better here, because lower means you're going to add more segments to the clock.
Yeah. Risky?
Yeah. I mean, no, you know what? We'll say desperate because I don't know how to rule this. It's so dumb. Like, because are you bragging to him, trying to like?
I mean, she wouldn't like brag that she's fucking killed a dude. She's not fucking retarded.
Maybe you brag that you trapped a ghost.
Yeah, I could do that.
And yeah, okay, so that works. I mean, it's still going to add heat to you.
It's
Plus-
not necessarily like maybe it's connected.
Yeah,
Maybe
but
not.
it's going to be
Yeah,
suspicious.
he's suspicious. Yeah.
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 So you'll add 2 heat plus roll to consort to see how many additions we make to the clock. And it's just going to be 2 dice unless you want to try to push yourself for stress, but that doesn't.
So was this desperate or control?
I mean, it's risky. Yeah, I'm thinking risky.
All right. And
Um,
standard or
I'm kind of thinking limited because he's already pissed off.
yeah, but this was supposed to be no strings attached.
Yeah, but no strings doesn't mean he's not going to fucking arrest you.
And you're still rubbing it in his nose.
So 4, I think you're going to add 2 more segments.
Oh man.
Yeah. Your crew adds 2 heat. I don't know if maybe someone wants to add that to the heat map or whatever, the heat clock. Edlin, what are you doing?
I'm gonna try and reduce heat.
Okay. Yeah. That's something you can do. Reduce heat. Say what your character does to reduce heat.
I kind of go and spread the word about how the crows, or wait, is that who Lydia or Lissa?
The crows.
Yeah, the put out a hit on the red sashes.
Sure. That
And
totally
just
makes
kind of
sense to me.
just
So you're going to make an action roll here. So,
that's gonna be sway, I think, because it's
Okay.
just sway is lying to people and
sure.
stuff.
Okay. Roll sway. Yeah. You can take additional stress.
I'll take 2 stress.
to push yourself. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Roll 2 dice with a bonus.
And is this controlled or
I think this is it's risky because everyone's at war and you're kind of embedding yourself in the war, even if you're lying. So there's a risk here. I do think it's standard effect.
okay? And 1 bonus.
Well,
die.
would it be great effect? It doesn't matter. It's okay.
Okay, risky, standard. 1 die.
6. Okay. So you that's 3 segments. So you reduce heat by 3.
Sweet. So we were, because of I was gonna say Celinda, Cassandra.
Yeah.
Our
So
crew was at 4, but now we're at 1.
okay. Excellent. Okay. So you reduce some heat. Gunny.
Definitely indulging vice.
Okay. Cool. So you're gonna go do some tinkering.
Absolutely.
Wait, is that your?
No, my tinker is my background. That's
Oh.
my other
So you're gonna
downtime.
go.
Actually,
So is it like
indulge in a little bit of music?
So is it live music? Is it like an
Absolutely
opera?
live. Absolutely live music. I'm completely out of place here because I am dusty and missing a pinky, and there's all these rich wannabes, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay, sure. Yeah. So you're going to. It's their weakest character's worst attribute, the effectiveness of your indulgence. So it's your weakest attribute, which I guess I should have realized last time. So you're actually going to roll resolve here. That is most enthralled to vice.
Your vice will, like the indulge vice button takes it for you already. You're good.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. So yeah, roll. Okay.
and no bonus dice, so just roll.
6.
One.
One.
Oh, it's the lowest of. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So you reduce your you reduce your stress by 1. Okay,
It's something.
back to the top, Monica. What's your second action?
Indulging again.
Okay. Yeah, roll it up.
Go, go, go.
Down to 1 stress.
So you didn't overindulge?
Nope.
Damn it.
I
yeah.
was up at 6.
And just let me point out how awesome I love these things because it literally says who currently has 4 stress. So you're down to
Yeah.
1 stress. Okay, so you are just basically getting drunk. You're on a bender for like 2 or 3 days.
You straps, a bender, yeah.
Monica just disappears into a drunken stupor for days. Cassandra.
I'm going to go get healed because I have harm.
Okay. Yes, you do have 1 harm. Recover. So, Yeah. So do you have a? You don't. Okay. So I think it's just one d6. It's a fortune roll, basically.
Yes. Unless you have someone else doing like helping and stuff like that.
Yeah, but she's not friends with any physicers. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So just fortune roll.
Yep.
It costs money to use them.
So it's 3. So you fill in 1 segment of your healing clock.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're maybe spending a day at the spa trying to like ease yourself out of this abuse that you took at the hands of Brandon, but getting better slowly. Jimmy.
Time to indulge the vice now that my chin feels at least a little bit better.
All right. So you're gonna go fight.
Oh, I'm gonna get high and I'm gonna start beating on like an entire gang of dudes at once.
Okay. Roll indulge vice.
6.
Damn, nice. Cleared 6 stress.
I'm very
Yes.
stressed.
So you probably find Christoph at the fighting pits, and he's eager for round 2. Like he's ready to go. So
We have a tag team match with a couple lucha libre
there you
luchadors.
go. There you go. Absolutely. Christoph is all down for that. Edlin.
I will indulge my vice,
Okay.
betting on
On his fighting.
Jimmy. Yeah.
Sure. Cool. Indulge vice. Ooh,
Sweet. I
yes.
overindulge.
So you overindulge. Nice.
Oh.
Okay. Loss doesn't seem to fit here. Your current purveyor cuts you off. That seems
No.
reasonable. So it's kind of, again, it's a conversation. I mean, tapped makes sense. Attract trouble makes sense because now you're overindulging in gambling, which maybe you owe some people some money. I don't know if bragging makes sense here. Like, would you have bragged to people while gambling about killing a dude?
I don't think so. I'd be pretty good about keeping quiet about these kind of things, or hiding, especially since I just went out and lied a bunch about how it was the crows that probably did it.
Yeah.
There's also a dude who'd beat your ass for doing it right next to you.
So I think you're tapped. I think that Red Ant doesn't want to deal with you anymore. I think you're gonna have to find a new source for your vice. Find a new purveyor.
You won too much, man.
Yeah, I probably won.
You owe some people some money, and like you're probably not good about paying up, and she's pissed off.
All right.
Gunny, last one.
I am going to indulge again.
Okay. Five. So you don't overindulge. You just clear all your stress.
Yep.
So you listen to your music, pull some Beethoven shit, and you're just in it. And yeah,
Absolutely.
you have completely calmed yourself down. Yeah. So you guys got paid. You attracted some heat. This fucking fly.
Sean's got some heat from a fly.
I do. It's true. I've attracted too much attention. I have an entanglement with a fly.
You're just so sweet.